All right, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is crazy what we saw last night, ladies and gentlemen. We need to react to this because, one, it's been a monumental Man City bottle job, but as well, at the same time, it's been an epic run from Real Madrid to the run to Champions League finals. Let's obviously react to it.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. I got my bad boy Advaith, massive Real Madrid fan. You would have seen him many times on this channel, especially when Real Madrid's around. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do some watch-alongs in recent times to cover some of these matches. I've been away overseas, as you know, on holidays, and at times it's very difficult to do these when you're out and whatnot. But we're here. We need to cover this. We need to react to this. I know Advaith is ready to rock and roll. His team is in the finals. I mean, Advaith, let's get some raw emotions from you first up, man. How are you feeling? You told me last night that you were in tears. I mean, 89th minute, 1-0 down at the Bernabeu, 2 goals needed to secure, like basically draw the tie, not even win it. 2 goals to draw the tie. For me, at that point, Advaith, I thought, you know what? Maximum, maybe they can get 1 more goal, but two, I don't think so. But the madness happened, and then from there, you saw what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Advaith, talk to me, man. How you feeling?
Bro, I'm absolutely buzzing. I still can't believe it that we've actually made it to the final. It all feels like an incredible dream. And as you said, 89th minute, we are 1-0 down. We need 2 goals to just level the game up to take it to extra time. I'm thinking, you know what, I think it's done. Semi-final, what it is, we'll be out. But I was literally about to close the stream and go to bed, bro. It was just insane. And then 90th minute out of nowhere, Rodrigo, sneaks it in with Benzema's little assist, and I'm thinking,
did you ever
1-1.
think Rodrigo is going to be the guy to
No.
get that going?
I mean, Rodrigo's been in a good run of form in the past few games, but I didn't think it was going to be him with, especially both the goals that got us level. So I thought, it would usually be Benzema. That's something you'd come to expect of him, but Rodrigo, man. I mean, when we scored that first goal, I thought 1-1. Okay, you know what? We've sort of got the momentum, but
Yeah.
it's still a bit much to ask for 1 more goal in
just
this.
like not enough time
Yeah.
left, right? Like not
Yeah.
enough time left to score another one.
Yeah, and it's Man City, it's not like PSG or have the bottle job DNA in them. So it's Man City, and you're asking us to score 2 goals in the matter of like say 5 minutes, and I thought it's a bit too much. And then Carval puts in the cross, and Rodrigo again, man, that is insane. I mean, I went absolutely bonkers, and I couldn't believe my eyes. And this is just what this team is. We never give up, and we always fight till the end.
Do you know what? You're absolutely right, and we've been talking about this off air. We're going to talk about like the run that you've had because, as I said off air, that I don't think you've necessarily outplayed any of the teams from PSG to Chelsea to now Man City, but somehow you've managed to make it all the way to the final because you have these clutch players that can score clutch goals and moments. Do you know what I mean? You seize the moments, but we'll talk about that. But firstly, I really need to react with you. The monumental bottle job that is Man City. I know we've seen PSG. There were 2 goals up as well, up until probably the last 20 minutes to go, and you guys pressed the living daylights out of them, especially Donnarumma, who collapsed and, crumbled. Chelsea, I think, we had a very good game. That was probably one of the best away performances I've seen from us away from home at the Bernabeu. 3-0 up. We were leading after being 2 goals deficit. But I think at the end, there were some special moments from you guys, and we tied as well as I went to the extra time. But with City, Advaith, that is a monumental bottle job and a half. Pep Guardiola, the juju that Yaya Toure has put on him, those quotes are all over online. Advaith, what you got to say about Man City? Because these fans, I told you before the tie started that, Advaith, I need Real Madrid to beat Man City because I cannot stand these Man City fans. I cannot have them win the Champions League because once they win the Champions League, they will never, ever shut up. I mean, Advait, talk to me about this bottle job, bro.
I mean, like, you know what, before the game against Man City, I mean, no one really expected us to,
Yeah.
come up against them because let's be honest, they, along with Liverpool, were probably the favorites for this competition, with us being sort of like the underdogs,
Mm.
not knowing what to expect from us. So I don't think even I'm sure even you would agree. Like after we played the second leg against Chelsea, you'd think that Man City is probably too much for us with the intensity they
I
have.
definitely
And
thought.
even
I
in the
really
first
thought.
leg,
Yeah, I
yeah,
really
and
thought they were
even in
too
the
much.
first leg, we were 2-0 down in like 10 minutes or something, or 15 minutes or something like that.
I
And
remember
it
you
was
telling me
looking,
I'm turning the TV off. This is too much.
yeah, yeah, I mean, it was insane. And we were 2-0 down in that 15 minutes, and not one person would think that we would be sitting in the final today against Liverpool
Nah.
after
Yeah.
that performance there. So, you know what? I think Man City, I didn't expect them to, sort of crumble down in the last few minutes, because I know they have a they don't have that bottle job mentality in them. I know
Yeah.
they have probably not they've not won the Champions League. They
I
came
think
to
in
the
the
final.
I think in the
Yeah.
Champions League they have that mentality at Do you remember when they got done by Tottenham a
Oh
few
yeah.
seasons ago?
Yeah.
And then
True.
obviously they were heavy favorites in the final last season. And this
Yeah.
season at let's be honest, man. Some of these Man City fans, when they came to Bernabeu, they were like, "Nah, we got this in the bag. We got this in the
Yeah.
bag. Like they got no chance." I mean, they need to understand football heritage. Real Madrid,
Yeah.
there's a heaviness in that name. They need to humble themselves.
Yeah. 100%. And I think, yeah, as you said, I think in the UCL they do have that little bit of bottle job. I think now that reminds me
Do you
of
remember Leon
the
as
20,
well? Leon?
20, and
Yeah.
even earlier 2012 or 2013 under Mourinho, where we did the epic comeback
Yeah,
versus
yeah,
Man
yeah.
City.
Yeah.
That was also insane. So I think you're right. They do have that sort of bottle job gene in the Champions League. So you know what? I think but then 2 minutes. I mean, sorry, two goals in like 6 minutes. I thought it was gonna be impossible. But then when you come to realize these players in the Man City team, they're very
Yeah.
good players. Don't get me wrong, and they're also a good team. But then if you look at the players with their experience, you don't have any players that have that Champions League knockout experience. I
Mm,
mean,
mm.
you have KDB and Mahrez, who have probably scored few knockout goals here and there, but none of them have actually won the Champions League, and none of them actually
True,
have the
true.
mentality to stay calm and composed in those big moments. And that is why I feel we have the edge. We have players who have won it like three
That's
four
bang on.
times, and
That's bang
we
on.
have yeah, we have players who have won it 3 4 times. They know how to get this done,
I think this is the
and
reason why Advaid, some of your players, it doesn't matter how big the situation, it doesn't matter how much of a comeback you need. Most of your
yeah,
players are always calm. It doesn't matter. Like
yeah,
Man City could have been 3 goals ahead, and you'd still be like, "No, we're coming back. We're coming back." That's a
yeah,
crazy mentality to have, Advaid. Like the opposition, it's like nothing is ever safe. The opposition could be 3-0 up, and Real Madrid
yeah,
could still think, you know what, we're going to launch a comeback. Let's now talk about this monumental, epic run that you've had to the Champions League final now. Now you guys are going to face Liverpool. Mo Salah already in
yeah,
Instagram saying, we've got a score to settle. I hope he humbles himself a little bit, my man. You need to be careful who you're talking to, because we have gone through that this season as well. Obviously, last season we beat you guys. I'm so glad, Man City fans. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, God, that Man City has been eliminated. They don't get to say that they've ever won the European Championship. But
Champions
let's
League.
talk about this epic run. PSG, right? Lionel Messi, Neymar, Mbappe was on fire. We did the watch along together. 2-0 up, 1-0 at home, 1-0 at Bernabeu. They were in control, cruise control, out of nowhere, out of literally nowhere. Modric and Benzema, along with some moments from Vinicius, obviously created magic, and you guys went through. Then with Chelsea, first leg, lots of mistakes from us. We gave you guys some goals. You guys were good, no doubt about that. But we thought, you know what? It is what it is. We're going to try and play our perfect game at the Bernabeu, which we almost did. 3-0. We were ahead. We were ahead with, I think, what,
Yeah.
5 minutes to go or 10 minutes to go? We
10
were
minutes
ahead.
to go. 10 minutes to
And
go.
again, you guys came back miraculously and you did the job. Same thing with City. Talk to me about this run at Vade. Is this written in the stars? Are Real Madrid going to be the eventual champions here, or Liverpool? Are you worried?
I mean, I like to think so that it's written in the stars. I mean, 14th Champions League would be an icing on the cake, or more, probably more than that, given the season that we have had. We just wrapped up the league,
Yeah.
and now having the 14th Champions League with Benzema in this form, with in running for the Ballon d'Or, it would be insane. And probably it is written in the stars, or probably it is God's plan for us,
Mm,
but it is incredible the run we've had. And it is not just in the Champions League, in the league as well. We've had these moments where we've been like 2-0 down against, say, even Sevilla, and we came back 3-2. So
mm.
we have had like proper 5 to 6, or maybe even 7 games where we have come back from being down. And I think it's just in the DNA. It is football heritage at the end of the day, and it
Badly,
is
bro.
it is
Badly
how,
football
yeah,
heritage.
it is how our club moves, man. I mean, it is never give up and never surrender to the opposition, however bad we may be, however how many ever goals we may be down. It's always giving it till the end. And I feel like at times, what this mentality is what matters more than, say, tactics or in-game management and all that. You can have all your tactics, and you can have all the whatever you want to do from the manager's perspective. But if the players are not mentally aware and mentally prepared to
Mm.
you know play the game and give their all, I don't think they'd be able to implement any tactics whatsoever. So it's all about mentality as well. It's not just, football isn't just about the tactics. I think mentality plays a huge role, and that's basically, I mean, we're a clear example of that, I would say.
100%, man. You guys got some monster mentality. I mean, talk to me about Don Carlo Ancelotti. I know we've spoke about him a few times that maybe maybe his philosophy is not always fresh, it's not
Yeah,
modern, but this man, look at this picture, Advaith. The
yeah,
guy is smoking it up. This is the real gangster. There was a quote I was seeing yesterday on social media, especially in Twitter, saying that everyone's a gangster until the real gangster
mm,
enters the room. I think the real gangster is
yes,
Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, Advaith, as you said, league is done and dusted. It's in the bag. Champions League, one more step away. Let's talk a little bit about Carlo Ancelotti before we talk about the Liverpool situation to wrap things up. This guy, he's now won. He's won two Champions League with AC Milan, I believe. One Champions
yeah,
League with Real Madrid. Now he has another opportunity to win with Real Madrid.
yeah.
How much of a bad boy is this guy, bro? Talk to me.
I mean, as you said, I mean, when we did the watch along for the previous games, we've talked about how Ancelotti has his deficiencies, has his weaknesses, where he might not be as modern as some of the other managers around. But you know what? In the last few games, I have to say credit where due, because he has been. It's not just about tactics. It's about man management. It's about
Hmm.
in-game management, and how the substitutions that he's made have always worked. Last night, if you
Yep.
see Rodrigo when he
Bro,
came off
even
the
against
bench,
us, even against Chelsea, second
Kamavinga.
leg, the substitutions killed us, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And he knows when to make those substitutions. So the in-game management has been spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tactics it can work sometimes, it cannot work sometimes. But overall, I have to say, it has been an overly successful season for us. We did not expect
Mm,
us to come this far in the Champions League, because let's be real, we pretty much have the same squad as last season, except for, say, Alaba and Kamavinga. But we also lost Ramos, Varane, and
100.
such
I think
players
the
who's,
development of
yeah,
Vinicius from last
yeah,
season to this season. I think Benzema was always a phenomenal player. Even last season, he
yeah,
was a top player for you guys. But Vinicius's development. But you're right, man. It's not really much of a different team than last season's.
yeah. And no one expected us to come this far, and we ourselves are pretty, content with the progress that we have made this season. So I would say Ancelotti must be given credit for the way he has, instilled that mentality within the team, and
Mm.
given that never give up attitude, and motivated the team to sort of make things, the impossible happen. Because I
Mm.
remember last game, before the game, he was saying that he made the players watch a motivational video of all our comebacks this season, and he said there's one more
Wow.
left. There's one more left tonight. And that is the mentality. I mean, more than the tactics, it is the mentality that he has instilled within the team. And it has been a successful season, and I can't complain now with Ancelotti. Yes, I mean, for the long term, we can talk about a different conversation about who should lead the long term project. With the
Yeah.
next project coming up with the new Bernabeu. But right now, I have to say huge credit to Ancelotti, and rightfully so. He becomes the first manager to win all five of the major leagues, and now he
Yeah.
becomes the first
Yeah.
manager to reach five UCL finals. So,
Bro,
credit
he's a
where due.
gangster.
Credit where
He's a
due.
gangster.
Yeah,
He's a
he
gangster.
is a
He's an
gangster.
absolute
Yeah.
gangster. Look at this picture, ladies and gentlemen. Pep Guardiola. I mean, he's never won a Champions League with Lionel Messi, and once again, he hasn't. Yaya Toure has got a massive juju on him. I was certain that these guys were going to win it. I am so happy that they've not done it. And Man City can never say they are champions of Europe. Only, obviously only a handful from the English side of things can say that. I'm just glad that they're not one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the final piece here. I mean, Advaith, Liverpool beat Inter, they beat Benfica, they
Benfica,
beat Villarreal. Like, let's be
Villarreal,
honest, it's not one of the toughest run. They've sort of
easiest.
skimmed through it nicely into the final. Although there was a little bit of scare from Villarreal in the semi-final, but then again, they got that job done. Luis Diaz was unbelievable. You guys, on the other hand, PSG, super powerhouse. Chelsea, former European champions, and 3-0 up at the Bernabeu. We were ahead. Then you had Man City, who are probably the biggest favourites, one of the best teams out there, along with Liverpool. Now you're in the final. Mo Salah talking that we've got a score to settle. You guys got that Lions heart. It doesn't matter how far the opposition is. You're looking to come back and come back and come back. It does not matter. You're not giving up, even on the 90th minute. You guys got some clutch players. They've got some really amazing players as well. What's your thoughts about the final, man? You think you can do the job?
I mean, you know what? I'm going to keep my expectations in check, but I'm also going to instill complete confidence in my team because I feel we can do it. I feel we have the mentality. I feel we have the fire and hunger to win the Champions League. But at the same time, I have to take into account that Liverpool are having an amazing season. They could potentially even do the
Get the
quadruple, if
quad.
I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they have the chance to do that. So they've been having an amazing season. We did beat them last season, but of course they didn't have the players, some of the players, and they don't have the Luis Diaz, and who's been in good form. So they're a different team from last season. So we can't take into account that. And we've also beaten them. We met in the final in the 2018 Champions League, where and of course we all know Gareth Bale did that outstanding goal. So I'm gonna keep my expectations in check because I
Karius was
know.
a crazy one. Do
Yeah,
you remember Karius?
yes, of course, that was an epic disaster class from him. So I think I'm gonna keep my expectations in check because I know they have good players. I know they work well as a team, and they've been on an insane run of form. But at the same time, I have full confidence in my team. I think we can come up toe to toe against them. If you see the
Mm.
Villarreal game, Villarreal actually in the first half were absolutely
They
rattling,
blitzed
and
them, bro. They
they
blitzed them.
they
Absolutely blitzed them.
absolutely rattle them. And
Yeah.
if they have the I'm not, no disrespect to them, but if they have the ability to do that against Liverpool, I think we can do it as well. And of
Mm.
course it was the goalkeeping errors that cost them, and now eventually Liverpool are in the final, having the easiest route. Let's be honest, easiest route to the
100,
final for
100,
Liverpool. It is
100.
absolutely insane how lucky they've been. But then, you know what, it's the final, anything can happen. But I'm confident, and I hope we can play an insane game, and hope we can get the 14th Champions League home, and it's gonna
I
be
just
an
hope you guys
amazing
can
wrap
stop
up.
them from if they're on track for a quad. I hope Man City goes on and wins the Premier League. I really don't want
Yeah,
Liverpool. Liverpool fans are even more cocky, more arrogant. And
yeah,
similarly, I would not like to see another English team win it. So I'm
yeah,
backing you guys, and obviously we're going to do a watch along for the final. No doubt about it. I'll be back in Sydney by then. Um,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, man, really, really looking forward to the final now. Some really big matchups. I'll let you have the final words for the final. Obviously, Mo Salah, Mane, Jota, Firmino, Luis Diaz. They've got some special players. Also, their defense is rock solid. I'm really looking forward to Vinicius Jr. versus Trent Alexander-Arnold. I feel like there could be some sort of a weakness in that area, and then Benzema could get the service from Vinicius. Advaith, what is a perfect picture for you in that final? What is it that you're looking for? Yeah, reaching at that final. What would be the perfect scenario for you?
I think the perfect scenario would obviously be Benzema banging in those goals and Vinicius absolutely ripping apart Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he did
Throwing
it last
Modric as well,
season.
bro. Modric providing those
Yeah,
clutch
Modric
passes.
as well, bossing the midfield. I think Vinicius did that last season. He was able to get past Alexander-Arnold pretty easily,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that
Oh,
was not the Vinicius
yeah.
this season.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and that was
yes.
not the Vinicius we have this season. He's a much improved player, so it's gonna be an interesting matchup. And I feel like they have good players, but we also have our talismans, we have our
Yeah.
weapons. So I think the ideal scenario I'd like to see is probably, I don't know, like a Benzema goal. Vinicius absolutely dribbling past everyone and probably scoring, and maybe throw an Eden Hazard there. Sure, why not if he's fit?
Bro, is he gonna
Get him
feature?
on.
Is he gonna feature, bro? He really wants this
I
Champions League, and he's
yeah.
got good record against Liverpool.
Yeah, I know, and I've been seeing those clips of his goal against Liverpool for Chelsea, where he just
Mm,
absolutely blitzed past through the right wing and then cut in and scored that goal. But I'm not sure if he'll be fit. I heard that he was, been individually training, so I think there is still some time. I think it's about 22 days away, so I think it
yeah.
could be enough time for him to feature at least for a few minutes off the bench, and
Come on,
if
bro.
he gets a goal.
Give my voice some
Yeah,
minutes, please. He
yeah,
wants this.
I hope so. I hope Carlo Ancelotti does it, and if he comes off the bench and at least even gets an assist, that would be absolutely massive. So that's the ideal scenario, but I can't be too overconfident. I can't, anything can happen in the final. We may even lose if that. Can also happen either way. So I'm
Mm.
just hoping that we play well, we play with full spirit like we do like this whole campaign. And if we win it, it's gonna be the most iconic UCL campaign
Has to.
that I've
Has to.
witnessed for sure. So
Has to. And you know what? You're going to have all of Chelsea fans with you guys. Eden Hazard, the reason why he left Chelsea to come to Real Madrid is to win the Champions League. Finally gets an opportunity. Look, he may not feature, but at least if he's in the bench, hopefully he gets to celebrate with you guys, lift the trophy. The reason why, and it could possibly be his last season with you guys. So who
probably.
knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I would love to see Eden Hazard lifting that trophy right there in front of the Liverpool players. Do it for the Chelsea fans at least. I think there'll be an extra added motivation there. Ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps it up. We've reacted to this epic comeback from Real Madrid, the run they've had to the Champions League final, and also the bottle job that is Man City in the Champions League. Yet again, these guys cannot ever sing the champions of Europe, and I love to see it, and I hope it continues that way. Until next time, everyone, take care and see ya.